Imagine a battlefield, thousands of soldiers, tanks and artillery rumble. But it's all fake, an elaborate act. This was the Ghost Army. In World War II, a secret unit used trickery instead of firepower. They were artists, sound engineers and creative thinkers. Their mission? Deceive the enemy. They created phantom armies, fooling the Germans with inflatable tanks. Fake radio transmissions sent enemy troops in the wrong direction. Their bravery wasn't traditional. They faced danger armed with wit and creativity. The Ghost Army's story is one of ingenuity and courage. The Ghost Army was activated in 1944. Their official designation, the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops. This unique unit was unlike any other in the military. Over 1,000 men, skilled in art, design and sound, were recruited. These were not ordinary soldiers, they were artists, actors and sound engineers. Their purpose? To create the illusion of real American units. They used their creative talents to craft elaborate deceptions. They would impersonate actual divisions, fooling the enemy about troop movements and strength. Inflatable tanks and fake artillery were just some of their tools. These soldiers were not trained for direct combat. Instead, they were trained in the art of deception and misdirection. Their weapons were inflatable tanks, fake radio transmissions, and amplified sound effects. They created entire fake camps and convoys. They were masters of illusion. Their ability to deceive was crucial to the success of many operations. The unit's existence was top secret. Only a few high-ranking officials knew of their true mission. Their success depended on secrecy. If the enemy discovered their ruse, the consequences could be disastrous. Their families had no idea what they were doing. They believed their loved ones were just regular soldiers. Their story remained classified for decades. It wasn't until many years later that the true extent of their contributions was revealed. The Ghost Army's tactics were a blend of artistry and military strategy. They used inflatable tanks and artillery to create the impression of a large force. Fake radio transmissions, carefully scripted and performed, misled the enemy about troop movements and intentions. They even impersonated real generals on the radio. Sound trucks played recordings of tank and troop movements, amplifying the illusion. They could make a small unit sound like a division. Their creativity was key. They adapted to each situation, constantly innovating. The element of surprise was their greatest weapon. Section 4. Operation Bettemburg, a symphony of sound and fury. In 1944, near the town of Bettemburg, the Ghost Army played a crucial role. This unit, officially known as the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, was a unique and secretive group of artists, engineers and sound experts. The real American forces were stretched thin, fighting on multiple fronts and desperately needing a strategic advantage. The Germans were preparing a counterattack, gathering their forces and planning to strike back with full force. The Ghost Army went into action, using their unique skills to create an elaborate ruse. They set up near the front lines, simulating a large force preparing for a major offensive. Their mission was to deceive the enemy and buy time for the real troops. Inflatable tanks were strategically placed, creating the illusion of a formidable armored division. Sound trucks blasted recordings of tank engines and troop movements throughout the night, adding to the deception. Fake radio chatter filled the airwaves, creating the impression of a massive build-up. The deception worked, as the Germans were convinced of an impending large-scale attack. The Germans, believing a major attack was imminent, held back their forces, delaying their counterattack. This bought valuable time for the real Allied troops to regroup and reinforce, ultimately contributing to the success of their operations in the region. Section 5. Legacy of the Ghost Army, Masters of Deception, Architects of Victory. The Ghost Army's contribution to the war was significant. This unique unit, composed of artists, actors and sound engineers, used their creative talents to craft elaborate deceptions. They staged fake troop movements, complete with inflatable tanks and sound effects, to mislead the enemy. They're credited with saving thousands of lives by diverting enemy troops and preventing attacks. Their operations were so convincing that they often fooled seasoned enemy commanders, leading them to make critical errors in judgment. Their story remained largely unknown for decades. The secrecy surrounding their missions was so tight that even many of their fellow soldiers were unaware of their true purpose. It was declassified in the 1990s. This revelation brought to light the incredible ingenuity and bravery of the Ghost Army, sparking renewed interest and admiration for their contributions. Since then, their bravery and creativity have been recognized. They have been honored in numerous ceremonies, and their story has been featured in documentaries and books, ensuring that their legacy endures. The Ghost Army represents the ingenuity and resourcefulness of those who fought in World War II. Their ability to think outside the box and use unconventional methods was a key factor in their success. They remind us that victory can be achieved in unconventional ways. Their story is a powerful example of how creativity and innovation can turn the tide in even the most dire situations. Their legacy serves as a testament to the power of deception and the human capacity for innovation in the face of adversity. The Ghost Army's efforts not only saved lives but also demonstrated the importance of psychological warfare. They were true heroes of the war. Their story continues to inspire and remind us of the incredible feats that can be achieved through creativity, courage, and determination.